In just a few years, Explora Journeys has built one of the strongest dining reputations at sea. And now, it has even been ranked #1 for food and drink. But on Explora 3, the question is not simply whether the food is good.
From the brand new Shore Club and the evolving Anthology experience, to in-suite dining, casual bites, breakfast, afternoon tea and the restaurants we already know.
So, has Explora 3 really elevated the dining experience? Let us find out together.
This is Explora 3, Part 2, The Dining Experience.
We will of course start with the completely new Shore Club. For each dining venue in this video, we'll show you what we tried, the opening times, the menus and our own ratings. But one thing is important to keep in mind. These ratings are based entirely on our own personal taste. Taste is subjective, and we know that your experience may be very different from ours. So rather than seeing the scores as a final verdict, use them simply as a guide. We also try to rate each dish in the context of what it's meant to be, the style of the restaurant, the type of the dish, and the overall dining experience. As we go through Shore Club, you'll see the dishes, descriptions and ratings directly on screen. So we won't talk through every single plate. Instead, we'll step in when something really stands out. Whether that means a perfect score, a surprise, or something that didn't quite work out for us. So let's see what they offer. We also want to add the Shore Club does not replace Emporium Marketplace. Emporium Marketplace is still here and it's still the same fantastic experience. Now, let's see the dishes.
The grilled corn on the cob was probably one of the biggest surprises for us. It had so much flavor and the corn itself had this really nice bite and freshness to it. It was a real hit.
And then the beef ribs had a completely different character. The ras el hanout gave them those warm Moroccan spices. Together with saffron and honey, it almost gave the dish a slightly wintry feeling. But somehow, it still worked perfectly. For us, the Cyprus-style shakshuka was missing a little contrast in the texture. The ragu and feta were quite soft, and the pita was also rather dry, so the dish never really came together for us.
Overall, Shore Club was a real hit for us. In fact, this venue alone would be a strong reason to choose Explora 3. This is one of the dining upgrades we genuinely enjoyed the most, and we would absolutely recommend coming here with an open mind and being curious about the flavors.
Another detail we appreciated, even though the atmosphere is relaxed, the experience still feels premium. Drinks are served in proper crystal glassware, but at the same time, the setting is very casual. You can come up almost straight from the pool, choose how you want to sit, and you don't need to dress up. That combination of relaxed and refined really worked for us.
So, what actually happened to the Gelateria and Crêperie? It's still here on Explora 3, but the setup feels a little more scaled down than before. We show you exactly what is available here now. And there is also a small surprise, because this is not the only place where you can get gelato on board anymore.
Just around the corner here at the Conservatory Bar, you can also find a selection of ice creams and sorbets. Anthology is currently the only restaurant on board with an additional charge. And it's also one of those venues you need to reserve in advance. You can book it online before your journey or once on board through dining reservations on deck 4. We dined at Anthology before, but this time Explora 3 introduced a new menu, so of course we had to try it. And because Anthology is a really complete experience, with the food, the drinks and the service, along with the storytelling all working together, we will show you the full evening in a separate vlog episode. But here, you will still get to see every dish we tried together with the ratings.
The question we probably get most often about Anthology is simply, is it worth paying extra for? And the answer can be both very simple and quite difficult. For us, Anthology is absolutely a fantastic experience. But we would probably recommend trying the other restaurants on board first, because there is already so much included in the journey. If you have done that and you still want to explore new flavors paired with a more complete fine dining experience that feels a little beyond the ordinary, then yes, we think Anthology is worth experiencing.
There is no doubt about it. Anthology is an experience that goes far beyond just having a dinner.
Crema Café is one of those places on board where you can drop in almost any time of day. You can come here for a coffee, iced tea, iced coffee or other drinks, but also for breakfast, sandwiches, pastries, chocolate and plenty of lighter bites. So let's take a look at what they offer during the day and then what changes later in the afternoon.
Every day in the evening, Crema Café offers Italian antipasti, and the quality is so amazing, don't miss it. Breakfast on Explora III can look very different depending on how you want to start your day. So instead of showing you just one of the ways, we are going to show you 4 different ways to do it. Because here, breakfast is really about choosing the pace that suits you. In-suite breakfast is the most relaxed way to start the day. The breakfast is delivered to your suite, and with the balcony making it even better. The quality of the in-suite breakfast is amazing. Of all the times we ordered, both here on Explora 3, we ordered it only one time, but on Explora 2 and 1, in total at least 10 times. The timing, the service and the quality has always been consistent and very good. But if you want more choice, Emporium Marketplace is the next option.
At Emporium Marketplace, the choice is huge. You will find everything from pastries and sweet treats to charcuteries, pancakes, eggs and eggs benedict, with so much prepared fresh in front of you. This is probably the breakfast option where you can simply follow your mood, because there is really something for almost everyone.
And then we move to Fil Rouge for a more classic sit-down a la carte breakfast. It is a completely different pace, calmer, more refined, and with dishes made to order. The Eggs Benedict style signature dish with caviar was absolutely one of the highlights.
And last but not least, there's Crema Café, which we looked at earlier. This is probably the quickest and easiest breakfast option on board. Perfect if you're heading out on an excursion or simply want something fast without sitting down for a full meal.
And with the breakfast covered, let's move on to the main restaurants to see what they offer for lunch and dinner. Now we're moving on to Yacht Club, and from here we'll go through the 4 main restaurants. We're only going to show you a smaller selection of the dishes we had on Explora 3. At the moment, the menus in these restaurants are, I would say, the same as on Explora 1 and 2. So if you want to see many more dishes together with our ratings, we have already covered them in our 2 previous Explora dining guides. We will leave links to both of those videos in the description below. For now, let's start with Yacht Club.
One small detail worth mentioning is that Yacht Club no longer has a bar directly connected to the restaurant, and the design is also slightly different on Explora 3.
Yacht Club has some amazing desserts. And the best thing is that Yacht Club also has open for lunch, and you can experience this as a lunch menu. It is fantastic, so don't miss to go here. When we think about it, this could be our number one restaurant on board. And just next door, we move into Fil Rouge.
Fil Rouge delivered again with the same polished service and atmosphere we've enjoyed here before.
So let us take a look at the menu. The menu looks a bit different because it has different names on the dishes, but most of the dishes is the same as before.
Here's a look at some of the dishes we tried. Unfortunately, one dessert didn't quite meet the standard we normally expect from Explora. The caramelized millefeuille was much drier than we remembered, and for us it simply didn't have the same balance or refinement as before.
Normally, this has been a dessert with highest score possible. Next, we move to Marble & Co.
Next, we move on to Marble & Co. We know this restaurant tends to divide opinion, especially when it comes to the steaks. But our own experience has been very consistent. Every time we've eaten here, the meat has been excellent. Of course, that's just our experience, and we'd genuinely love to hear yours. What has Marble & Co. been like for you?
One detail we hadn't experienced at Marble & Co. before was being invited to choose our own steak knife. It is a small thing, but a really fun touch that adds a bit of the experience to the meal. Next up is Sakura. Sadly, we didn't have time to dine here on this journey. But across our previous Explora cruises, we actually tried the entire menu. Since the menu on Explora 3 is unchanged, we will show you a few dishes from our previous visits so you still can get a good idea of what to expect here.
Now we move over to Emporium Marketplace. This is one of the most flexible dining spots on board, with station after station preparing food fresh in front of you. You can find everything from chicken and grilled dishes to pasta, wok, burgers, pizza, sushi, salads, desserts, and plenty more in between. So, instead of talking through every station, let's take you on a full walkthrough with the original sound and show you what lunch at the Emporium Marketplace looks like on Explora 3.
And in this venue, you also have the breakfast, you have the lunch, you have the burger station in the afternoon, and you also have the dinner. So if you want to see the breakfast and the dinner, you can find those videos on our channel as well.
Next is the Explora Lounge. Afternoon tea is served here every day between 4 and 5. But this is much more than just a tea time venue. You can find something to eat here through most of the day and into the evening. We show you a little bit of the afternoon tea together with the food and snack menu. It's also one of those spaces that works in several different ways. Somewhere to relax, sit down with a laptop for a while, or come back in the evening when the atmosphere changes with live entertainment.
And the nice thing is that you can also get something to eat here throughout the day. In the next section, we'll go through the in-suite dining menu. And you will for sure recognize some of the dishes we already seen here.
So, in a way, the Explora Lounge offers a more simplified selection based on the wider in-suite dining menu.
Now, let's look at the in-suite dining menu, because this in-suite dining menu has severe changes from Explora 1 and 2. And I hope this menu will be the standard menu for the other ships as well. When it comes to in-suite dining, it is the most amazing menu we have ever experienced in an in-suite dining menu. The quality, the timing, the consistency is absolutely amazing. And best of all, it's 24 hours, it is included, and is super efficient. So why not spend a little time in the privacy of your own suite and have a fantastic dinner, have so many nice evenings. You can call in-suite dining if you only want a glass of champagne, or a bowl of snacks, or a beer, or a glass of wine, a drink, a whiskey sour. Anything you can imagine.
Service, I got your champagne rosé.
Oh, great. Thank
and some balls of nuts and chips.
Oh.
And it's a perfect match.
After spending so many evenings, days, and afternoons in the suite, and we know this is an amazing experience, so don't forget to use this because it's so good. To summarize it, after experiencing dining from morning until late evening, has Explora 3 really evolved the dining experience? For us, the answer is yes. And perhaps the best way to explain why is simply to look how a day on board can unfold. You can start with breakfast delivered to your suite. Sit down for something more refined at Fil Rouge. Choose from the enormous selection at Emporium Marketplace, or simply grab something quick at the Crema Café. Then lunch can be whatever you feel like that day. Maybe something fresh and Asian inspired by the pool. A relaxed Mediterranean lunch at the Yacht Club. Or why not pizza at Emporium? We can also go to the completely new Shore Club. where you can find flavor-packed dishes like those beef ribs that somehow fit perfectly into that relaxed beach club atmosphere. And by then, you're only halfway through the day. There is afternoon tea in Explora Lounge, followed later by a completely different choice of experiences for dinner. A steak at Marble & Co., Asian flavors at Sakura, pasta at Yacht Club, or a nicely prepared Dover sole at Fil Rouge. Or you can keep things casual and return to the Emporium Marketplace for antipasti. Sliced meats, lobster, pasta, burgers, really almost whatever you happen to feel like, they have it. And if you want to take things one step further, there's Anthology. A complete fine dining experience where the food, wine, service and storytelling come together in something very different from the rest of the ship. That, for us, is where Explora III succeeds. We really hope this video helped you understand what the dining experience on Explora III and Explora Journeys in general is actually like. If it did, please give this video a like, because it helps us to reach more people like you that enjoy cruising and dining. And also, please tell us in the comments what you think, which restaurant or which dish you would try first.
And if you want to continue this journey with us, subscribe to the channel, because this is definitely not the last you'll see from Explora III. We have more episodes coming very soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.